money means business. Mustafa Madbouli paid a visit to Creativa. It's a center which is going to serve a large number of new startups, entrepreneurs, those who want to do something and they want to have this brainstorming to make their ideas turn into something taking place on the ground, to turn all the dreams as facts. What is the role of Creativa? Why it was named Creativa? It has something to do with innovation, creativity, and knowing more about what's going on the ground with our youth, and particularly those interested in the field of investment and trade. The answer is yes, but we are going to know all the details about it with our dear guest live here in the studio. But before going to that, let's take a quick look at what took place today, and with the statements released by Her Excellency Minister Rania Al-Mashat, Minister of Planning, Economic Development and International Cooperation. She really hailed the ongoing progress in the Egyptian-European partnership, highlighting economic, trade and investment collaboration. The minister's remarks came during a virtual meeting with Elena Flores, Deputy Director General of the European Commission and Director of the International Economic and Financial Relations at the Commission, and the relevant departments of the European Commission. This comes within the role played by the ministry to be a part of the framework of the Egyptian-European Strategic Partnership, with the start of the second phase of negotiations of macroeconomic support mechanisms, and this is the core of the whole issue, and supporting the budget deficit worth €4 billion. The minister reviewed the ministry's efforts to follow up on the implementation of the National Programme for Economic and Structural Reform to attract budget support funding. A very important topic, and very important statements released by Her Excellency Minister Al-Mashat. And to know more about the strategic Egyptian-EU partnership, this needs a lot of episodes, because on the ground there are many activities which are taking place even as we speak, and I think that they are going to continue on the right track, as both sides are keen to continue with this win-win situation, the strategic partnership between Egypt and the EU in various domains, and particularly the investment, trade and economic sides. Well, right after this we are going to turn back. We do have a lot to speak about, so stay tuned only on Nile TV International.
With partnerships with major international institutions and universities, and in addition to the Knowledge City in the new capital, which will be home to digital creativity, the establishment of applied technology schools is now being expanded. Creativity and entrepreneurship has become a key driver for advanced and sustainable economic development, with its enormous potential to create job opportunities. Therefore, developing a culture and thinking skills related to innovation and entrepreneurship within the communities in which we live and work has become a focus of governments and societies around the world. Dr. Amr Talat, Minister of Communications and Information Technology, said that Egypt's digital strategy is based on 3 pillars centered around the citizen: encouraging entrepreneurship and supporting digital creativity for citizens, and simplifying procedures for citizens to obtain digital government services. Talat explained that the number of creativity centers has been increased from 3 centers in 2016 to 11 centers in 2022, 20 centers in 2023, then 23 centers in 2024, and the target is to reach 27 centers in 2025. He explained the determinants of choosing Egypt's digital creativity centers, which are the availability of a suitable space for the center's activities and to accommodate the number of beneficiaries, and that the geographical location is in the center of the governorate, and that it is close to the main university in the governorate. Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, Prime Minister, said that there are directives from President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to continue working towards transforming into an integrated digital society, including providing digital services and data governance, expanding training and building digital capabilities through expanding applied technology schools, Egypt's digital creativity centers, and qualifying youth to obtain job opportunities. These came during his inspection of the Egypt Digital Creativity Center, Creativa Giza, which was established by the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology to create a stimulating environment for technological innovation, develop the digital skills of young people, and embrace their entrepreneurial projects. The Prime Minister stressed that the government is proceeding with the advancement of the communications and information technology sector, as it is one of the promising sectors that is currently counting on to stimulate various economic activities and enhance the growth of the national economy. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi directed during his meeting with Dr. Mustafa Madbouli and Amr Talat, Minister of Communications, to continue working towards the transformation into an integrated digital society that includes providing digital services and data governance, expanding training and building digital capabilities by expanding applied technology schools and Egypt digital creativity centers, and qualifying young people to obtain job opportunities. He stressed the need to support the programs implemented within the framework of the state's efforts in the fields of data protection, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence, and attracting more specialized international centers to work in Egypt in the fields of research and development, and in the most diverse specializations in the communications and information technology sector. It is worth noting that Egypt enjoys many competitive advantages that enhance its ability to achieve global leadership in the outsourcing industry, starting with its distinguished geographical location, the abundance of young cadres, the high percentage of the working age group among its population, and the huge investments it has pumped or succeeded in attracting into communications and information technology.
Welcome back. As we said in our intro, we do have a lot to speak about, so let's start immediately. But let me first welcome my dear guest live here in the studio, Engineer Ramez Barqoqy, our expert in IT and digital transformation. Thank you very much for being with us, Engineer Ramez.
My pleasure to be here.
And let's start immediately with Creativa, the Egypt Digital Innovation Center. I really like the two words, whether Creativa, because it's coming from creativity and innovation. Before going into details, let me have a quick look at the tasks or the missions of the center.
Well, like you said, the name is actually giving all the address of what we need to discuss about. Creativa is like the heart of the strategy of Egypt trying to do now in the digital transformation journey. Mm-hmm. Egypt is trying to draw themselves in the map of the innovation and the digital transformation journey, starting by building centers, building database, building infrastructures to be able to create more opportunities for everybody's looking to make really innovation on that side. Mm-hmm. Creativa is the heart of that and is trying to give connections between anybody have an idea and want to convert this idea in real study. They actually equipped with the latest technology in terms of the labs, expertise, cooperation with the top companies in the technology side, just to take these ideas and convert it in probabilities of solutions in the market itself. Mm-hmm. So the value of this Creativa comes actually in the three sides, in economy, mm-hmm. in education, and also in the GBD coming of the Egypt itself.
Economy, education,
and the total GBD for Egypt at the end of the day.
Total GDP.
Yes, we actually need to attract investors in terms of this kind of technology, the digital transformation. So if Egypt is trying to build themselves in these ideas, it will attract more investors.
Of course, to whom it might concern, and I think our viewers now, they became experts, it's the GDP.
Yeah. This is general
domestic production?
Yes.
Okay. But, sir, you said we are going now to go from the general from the general to the specific, because I think each word you've
Yes,
said
we
needs
need
a
to
lot
explanation.
a lot of explanation. And just to speak with our viewers, we are not all experts,
Sure.
but I think they would like to know more about that. So when we say the term, or when we use the term incubator, we were not that much acquainted with it. But in my humble opinion, Creativa is the normal development of incubators. Now they can be responsible, or at least giving a hand or supporting, as I said also in my intro, the new entrepreneurs, the startups, and stuff like that. Can we first define what is an incubator for the entrepreneurs or the new businessmen?
Sure. You know, the main problems face anybody that have an idea or creative idea. To deploy this idea in the markets, he needs investors, he needs somebody to help him, to give him the roadmap of how to build this kind of ideas and what is a market study is. And there's a lot of steps to bring up the idea practically in the market. And that's why Creativa come in this, to play this role. Once you have an idea, you need to just go for the website and even give all the ideas that you want. They will advise you what is the best that you can do. They will equip you with the latest technology in terms of market study, in terms of connecting with companies and technology that give you the tools that you need to use to build these ideas. And even after building this prototype, let me say, you need to deploy this prototype in the market for the digital marketing side and even bring up customers for these ideas. So it's actually bringing a lot of a chain in this side, starting from idea down to even help you in the markets of giving these ideas.
Can afford the data, and simply when you have the data or you have the information, you have everything.
You can analyze it, yeah.
Yeah, brainstorming.
Correct.
And being as a go-between between you as a startup, or a new entrepreneur, and another entity which can give you a hand or help you.
Correct.
This is to say, sir, that, and I'm all the time saying this, by the way, funds are very important, but the financial service should be on equal foot with the non-financial services.
Yeah.
If you want to elaborate on that,
yeah,
or giving us more about those two terms.
Okay, let me start from the point that's very important about the Creativa is there is a new business coming on board in the whole world. We're talking about the health tech, we're talking about agriculture tech, we're talking about transportation techs. Any industry now have a tech on side on this, so we need actually to build our own infrastructures and build our own ideas in that kind of stuff. Let me give you an example.
Sure.
If we're talking about health tech, for example, it's not more that to just go and visit the doctor and sit with the doctor and all of that stuff. You can actually log in online and just check for consultation online and even give some advice online. This is in terms of health tech. Agriculture techs. We have a lot of things in agriculture is happening in, and Creativa even focus on this side of stuff. We have a lot of people that have great ideas in agriculture techs to increase the harvest and increase even all the things related to agriculture. And they need somebody to help them in terms of bringing them the tools, give them the companies can even invent this kind of solutions for them, provide them the market study, provide them the roadmap, and even connect them with the investors, which is going to fund them in this project and brings them in the next stage of this stuff. So like you said, we have a financial and unfinancial things. It's a journey of how to build your own business. And that's what the economy needs right now.
I'm asking this question, Engineer Ramez, because many people thought that money is the sole problem. That fund is the sole problem. Of course, it's a problem if you do not have enough money or how to finance your project. But also, all the other things we mentioned are not less important. And would you please, sir, I'd like to give you three, let's say, terms, and tell me if they are all the same.
Okay.
You said agricultural tech or health tech.
Agri-tech, yes.
E-health services, smart health services, e-agriculture or health or smart agriculture, are they all the same or there are differences?
Well, all of them is like an abbreviation of converting traditional agriculture to be smart agriculture. You can use a lot of solutions to make it smart. So all this kind of abbreviations comes at the end of the day how to make more smart ideas to reach the target faster and easier. And that's what's happening in all regions. Let me give an example for the agricultures. Like, for example, we have planets or something that is not able to be done here in Egypt. It needs environments different, it needs humidity, it needs temperatures different. By IoT or Internet of Things, you can actually convert the part of the land to convert it in the environment that this kind of special plants need. So you can grow it here in Egypt and start exporting and importing this kind of stuff. So that's how to change even the environment of a specific plant to make it grow here in Egypt. And we saw that many times in a lot of startups.
And as far as I remember, also there were some crops which can drink, if I may call it this way, from salty water, so we can irrigate these crops from seawater, for example. So this is something I think which was brand new for many. Returning back to Creativa and to the visit of Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Al-Madbouli along with Minister of IT and Dr. Amr Talat. They were also accompanied by a large number of top executives as they also visited or learned more about the activities of the Maker Diploma program being implemented as part of Egypt Manufacturers Electronics Initiative in collaboration with another mega tech company to enable participants to transform their creative ideas into prototypes of executable smart products.
Correct.
If you want to also elaborate on this.
Sure. This is very important. You know, we have ideas. Everybody have very creative ideas, but how to convert these ideas in a proper hardware can actually convert what you are saying in a real product. And that's the technology comes in. That's how the expertise and company play a very big role here. So once you have an idea, like I said, we sit down and make a workshop on this, brings the expertise in Creativa, and that's why even the government is very keen to connect between the people who have the ideas and the people who has expertise in terms of manufacturing and hardwares to convert this one into ideas and bring it as a durable solution at the end of the day to make it in the market. So and that comes even from the education level. I can see the synchronization between the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Telecommunication that comes in the curriculum itself. There is a lot of digital innovation now in even the curriculums, how to study. The AI technology comes in the most of the schools as a part of the curriculums to just bring the youth people what is the idea of this AI, why we need the digital transformation.
This is something which we are going to go through. But sir, when I read that there are brainstorming camps, I was really thrilled with joy and was very proud that now we know the importance of this brainstorming camps. So I'm not going to feel that shy that I do have an idea but I don't know how to describe it well or to express myself. When I am in a brainstorming camp along with others, we can come up with fruitful results which is going to help me to implement what I do have in my mind on the ground.
Correct.
Tell me more about this.
Exactly. Brainstorming is the first step even to get this idea durable in the market and even to attract the investor. At the end of the day, the investor needs to see something that can make value in the market. So when I spend money, I can see that needed in the market, that there is the demand for that solution in the market. So brainstorming is actually happening in Creativa. Creativa is playing this big role. We need that in Egypt so we can bring up a lot of the durable ideas, convert it in the market, and even bring a new economy in terms of exporting this technology to that abroad. And that's how the actually doing it at the moment. And we have already some solution that has been presented to Creativa, and we believe a lot of support is happening.
If you want to give me an example, or at least tell me about the fields which are enjoying this merit.
The agriculture was one of the parts that Creativa is actually playing a lot of things in that. E-health as well. And the good things in Creativa as well is not only in Cairo, so because we believe in nation innovation. So Creativa is in different states at the moment. It's in Asyut, in the Gharbiya, and in different locations in Egypt, that anybody can have access to reach that physically or even online on the website and start connecting and say, hey, I have a good idea. I'm a student in engineering and I have this idea. How can you help me in that? You will reach them out. They will be invited for workshop for education purpose, and even if it is valuable idea, they will bring the company that is dealing with this specific expertise, and they will sit down with
This
them.
is it. Tell me more about the networking between the one
Yes.
who has this idea and the company which is investing in this domain or this field he is interested in.
Correct. So Creativa is playing that role. So that's what I'm saying. Once you get in touch with Creativa, they will bring you, they will invite you to stay in the workshop, they will evaluate you, they will help you even for how to present this one to the investor. And they bring the cooperation with the companies, the top companies actually in this technology, partner with Creativa, so they can sit down with you and say, okay, well, this is the solutions how be done, this is the way we need to study in. And like you say, the brainstorming is a very key in Creativa is happening, converting the ideas to the product, cooperating with the companies that's doing this and help them. And even for the financial point of view, you bring the investor to listen to you. And that was a very missing ring in the chain in terms of we have a lot of valuable ideas, like I said, but they can't reach to the investor, they can't reach the company. That is a gateway right now to reach and to even...
and this is to say that the private sector should play a pivotal role in that.
100%.
And this is part of the CSR, the corporate social responsibility. Simply, it's
100%.
a must, or it's your duty to continue with helping the youth to invade these new markets, and I think it's going to be a win-win situation. Now this youth is going to be one of
100%.
your fruitful results.
Correct.
So he will be that loyal to
Yeah.
you, and he is going to continue in the same way. So you are just generating more businesses, and you are going also to have your share.
Correct. Use cases as well.
Am I saying it right?
Very nice. And let me say for you, the graduation project for the faculty, for example, before we have a graduation project, we don't do anything with it, just like to get a grade or something like that. But now your graduation project is part of ideas. You can introduce it to Creativa and talk to the companies, start bringing your own even startup business, that's ideas. So yeah, that's the heart of the digital innovation strategy that Egypt is trying to build in for years now. And I think we have a fantastic infrastructure that can help getting this one. We invest a lot in terms of fiber optics everywhere. We're investing in labs. We're investing in even cooperating. We have got a lot of events and even trying to get in touch with the top technology companies coming on board. So I think it's a great opportunity.
And there are also activities and events taking place on the ground when it comes to exhibitions to give the newcomers examples of the others who came before and they achieved success on the ground. So give them optimism that tomorrow is going to be a better day and you are going to achieve all your dreams like others did. You are not less smart, you are not less qualified.
Exactly.
Tell me more about this awareness issue. And sir, also, you know the word lab, the word brainstorming, research, the educational side of the coin. Many people would think, oh, Creativa, businessmen, startups, why I'm using the other terms like education, labs, a lab, why? You know, many people cannot have the correlation.
Yes, correct. We believe in any ideas, it comes by the knowledge. If we have the know-how, then we can build the right ideas and the right demand of the market. And the good thing is in Creativa is working in two different directions. Direction for the market itself and direction even from the ideas. So they have a lot of research of the demand in the markets, that what does the market need? What is the problem that this sector is suffering from? And then based on this demand and based on the issue that has been reported from the market, they will go back and start innovating solutions for that issues. And that is the good things about it. We get feedback from the market, demand, and then we go back in the lab and check how can we resolve these issues. And that's how can bring up the startups, bring up the private sectors comes to invest in this side. Because we look for the market, what is the issues, we have the ideas, then Creativa in the middle bring up this kind of sides and bring up the ideas in the economy.
And there is this partnership between Creativa and other educational entities, big ones like Cairo University, for example. And this is to say that we are not on separate islands. There is a comprehensive system which is going to be for the best interest of our youth. Tell me the importance of having this partnership between Creativa and other research centers affiliated to big educational institutes and entities like Cairo University,
Sure.
and to give us awareness about the importance of AI as the future of all fields, I think.
Sure. The research department is a key when we start any business, because this is the main role for them, is to study your case, to get innovative, to start research, and having the knowledge of how to implement this one, even to convert, before converting this one as a doable solution as a hardware. So the research department is a key for Creativa, and that is a good thing. You don't need to have a look and start search for every research centers. You need just to go to Creativa and say, I need to research at this point. And they will dedicate the resource for you to start having the ideas and innovating things. Back for AI. AI is a new era, let me say. AI is a very big word. AI is now the main driver for the digital innovation all over the world. So that's why Egypt start really keen to make an AI as a part of the digital transformation that side. Implementing of AI in Creativa is a key. Also along with Internet of Things, which is converting everything to be connected and responding to the commands and orders. So like I said, if you have an idea, how can you implement this idea? You need to innovate, you need to think what is the problem, if this problem is doable, then implement the Internet of Things and knowledge along with AI tools, and we have a lot of tools in AI now can solve a lot of problems in even seconds. So that's how we implement the AI in this kind of ideas. The other part is some people don't know from where to start. Yes, I have idea, I have a knowledge, but from where to start? Is it?
And others have fears and worries.
Sure.
And others would say that, oh, this AI is going to make me lose my job.
Exactly.
And others also do not how to differentiate between digitalization and automation.
Automation, correct.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. The automation is a big demand right now all over the world, which is, we call it workflow automation, which is converting any task happening to be automated. You don't need to start give a command and get a response manually, but by the AI tools and AI language, which called is deep computing, that we can automate these commands and make it very fast and even accurate. And on top of that, collecting information and make data analysis for the right decisions, it's very key in the digital transformation. That's why Creativa is playing a big role to collect information about the market demand, analyze and see what needed for the market to resolve these issues, and then direct the researchers and direct even the cooperation with the companies to start implementing solutions to resolve this issue in the market in that side.
Sir, I'm going to continue with the fears a little bit, because there are, of course, every new thing, it has advantages and disadvantages, merits and demerits. I think that using AI, for example, with the health files of the patients is going to be very accurate. There is no room for mistakes, because this is a matter of life and death.
Correct.
But when it comes to other things, when it comes to something related to agriculture, for example, I need the innovation of a human being.
Sure.
I need an engineer who is going to go there just to tell the robot how to go and how to move to detect or to pre-detect a disease of a plant, for example. How we can have the merits of both?
I agree. Upgrading the humans themselves is very key now to actually prepare yourself for what's happening next. When we implement it globally, you will see that's a lot of jobs that are going to be disappeared. But in front of that, there is a lot of new jobs comes in, which means is, let me give an example of bringing a workflow scenario, or AI engineer or AI workflow scenario. This task is how to program and implement the AI to work and expect the results like you want. Because at the end of the day, you need to build up a model that can work with the market. Who's going to build this model? Definitely if somebody who has expertise, who has trained, who has studied, who has spent too much time to understand what this AI is doing. That's why we advise everyone, not only engineers by the way, whatever you are working, you need to get in touch with AI.
Sir, the ATMs in the street, did they take the job of a banker?
For example?
Of course not.
Yeah.
Simply, but this is something which a machine can do.
Correct.
But let me have some free time for doing something which is more complicated and it needs face-to-face interaction. This is only an example. But let me go to another idea or another side of the coin. There are all the time developments and new innovations, and every single day there's something new. How we can cope with that?
That's why specialization is very key. You can't know everything about everything. That's the only advice we say.
Amen to that.
You have to get in touch with your specific specialization, study it, get focus in it, and then you'll be master on this point exactly. Like for example, accounting, for example. You know, there's a lot of AI tools now can do a proper accounting. So you need to get in touch with how to use AI in accounting, for example, how to use AI in agriculture sites, how to use AI in education system. You know, you need to be specialized, then study well your point, and then grow up your knowledge about it. Definitely the market will be different. That's what we believe. We started already to see that in front of us globally and see how everything is going to change. The payment method, before everything is cash and all of that stuff. Now the cashless has started to be implemented globally. We see how life has become even very fast. So you need to quickly track this and make sure that you're equipped in the knowledge and equipped in the training point of view. And Creativa, by the way, have a program for the training. So it's not only about
program for what?
For the training centers
that
have training centers for anybody interested to go in the fields, and we have a lot of programs that help people that want to specialize.
Many youth, by the way, are now very much interested, especially in coding.
Coding is let me say, coding is a language of everything. So coding is a key skills. But that's for the low-level details, for the engineer who is generating this kind of codes. Even coding can be done by AI right now. So you don't need to be very special.
This is exactly what I want to ask about. What do I need? Or what, from all what we have mentioned, what are the most important things which I should acquire? I mean, most important branches of digital issues or digital sciences, if I may call it this way, to make me able to continue with doing my job on the ground, with taking into consideration that I am, by the end of the day, mastering the whole issue. What? Or it's according to my field?
Definitely according to your field, but there is a basics that you need to know. You need at least to understand what is a digital transformation is, why we need to use it, what is a tool has been used for that, who is the main player for this. Then you go back for your specialization and find out what is next and what is the AI going to help you in your field, whatever your field is. That's why we keep saying that. You don't need to be engineer, you don't need to be a doctor. We see a lot of doctors right now using a lot of AI tools, even for analyzing system. Even the tools that they are using now, it has an AI application system for the measurement tools and analysis, and even for the work management in the hospitals, work management in universities and education. So AI everywhere, so you need to get in touch.
AI everywhere, and of course it's something which we should take into consideration at the future, at the tomorrow.
100%.
But the question is here, if I do have a small project, if I do have a macro entity, if I am a startup, should I take into consideration that it's me who should do that, or this should be a department or an employee or someone who is going to be totally responsible for that, and this is a must, it's not a luxury anymore not to have this person who is going just to be totally dedicated to this issue?
Well, in a business point of view, you don't need to study from scratch. There's a lot of people in the market can do the job for you based on AI expertise. So if you want to reach your target fast, get the person can do the job for you. So that's my point of view. But you need to get the person, the right person, and talk with the right language to the market. That's what we say. There is a lot of solutions now everywhere, but if you have a startup, if you have an idea, you need to build your idea based on the people that have expertise in each things, harmonize working with them, synchronize you working with everybody for the main target you want. So you don't need to study coding, you don't need to study AI tools, but you need to,
you need to feel secure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this security issue is another problem or another
100%,
issue.
100%.
Because the cybersecurity issue is a big topic.
Correct.
And there are also people who are trying just to get far from this because they fear of this cybersecurity issues.
Yeah.
The
data security is a main concern for everyone when it comes to the digital transformation issues.
Yeah.
But again, it depends how you implement your ideas. We have a lot of, like for example, cloud computing system. Are you going to put your information in the cloud? When we say cloud, it means it's a different place that you are storing your information and processing it remotely. You need to understand how you put this information is. Do you have a firewall system? There's a lot of things. It's actually the big topic in terms of data security. But data security starts from yourself back to the business that you want, back for the system that you are deploying. But again, if we fear about data security, we will not move up. You need to know what you are doing in terms of data. Are you implementing the right tools to secure your data? Your personal security data system has been implemented, and I think we shouldn't fear about it. There's no security 100% anyway, but at least you deploy 99% for what you have tools to deploy this kind of stuff.
Engineer Ramez, since you're here, I should see this opportunity and let me say that this is a gift for my viewers. Sir, how do you see those all the time videos on YouTube? How to secure your mobile. If you want to know how to protect your personal data, please follow me.
Yeah.
If it is, and they are going to speak about the different kinds of mobile phones and how to have your data secured on this phone and others. No, do not share any of your photos. Personal photos and they can be used in AI, and you can be blackmailed with that. How do you see these videos? And because this became another kind of business.
Correct.
A big business.
Correct.
So
trending and how many viewers for any video became the main target for anybody in the social media right now.
This is disastrous.
So normally we take our information from the source. If you are talking about specific mobile, we have a website for this mobile. You can ask it. You have got all the tools online to ask the question that you want, because the social media is not the right place to get information is.
Again, please, I like the statement.
That's what
social media is not the right place to take information from.
Correct. That's very key.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows anything that comes and makes some reels and some videos, channels in YouTube and talking about anything. Sometime talking about medicine, sometime talking about agriculture. So you don't know exactly what you are doing. So the source of information is very key to make sure that this information is right. So in technology, we have specific websites that have all the analysis, the testing, the reporting. Don't imagine this company is inventing the mobile phone, is not making the security system on top of that. Don't imagine the banking system, when we implement new features, is not bringing on top of these features a lot of security system. So you need to read, you need to get the right information from the right source. Don't follow social media all the way. Sometimes the social media have some useful information, is fine.
Sure.
But you need to double check anyway. Even if it comes in your favor as an information, go and double check from the source and find out the right direction for that. 100%.
And sir, now also, you know, everyone is going to say, oh, I only was thinking about buying a new car, for example. And I found that on Facebook, I found all the time the ads on the new cars.
Correct.
And there are fears, oh, everything I do is now being read by others. Everything I search for is already read by others, and all my info, how I can protect my personal, even thoughts, because this is also another issue.
Well, that's very key, and this is a lot of AI tools and even procedures to do some marketing stuff. These marketings have a lot of tools, by voice, by video, by your behavior in the social media, by the placing that you are visit, by your interest, by your talking. So they are collecting all this information and they bring for you the products that you are looking for. The point here, what do you want to protect and from whom? You need to understand what you do. All of this is a marketing purpose. You know, you are looking, for example, writing in a Google search that new car 2025. Then the scenario understand that you are looking for cars. So all your Facebook, your social medias is having different cars.
And also, it's going to feed you with the direct and indirect jobs. Then you're searching for a new car, then mechanics, then the accessories of cars and stuff like that. This is the new era. This is what we have. And by the end of it, I'm going to say only one thing. Every information counts. Every information is valuable. Do not underestimate the information you put on any site. Anyway, sir, I really enjoyed my time, and I'm going to leave you with the promise to see you in more episodes because we do have a lot to speak about, and this is the core of this program.
Correct.
It's marketing, it's economy, it's the trade, it's trends. Tomorrow is another day, and we hope that it's going to bring more prosperity and welfare to Egypt and to the whole world. We were very much delighted to have with us live here in the studio Engineer Ramez Barqoqy, our expert in IT and digital transformation. Now, I'm going to leave you with the most important economic events which took place in the last 7 days. Till we meet again same time on Nile TV International. Many thanks for watching. This was Nermeen Abdurrahman.
In the context of enhancing the production capabilities of the Egyptian fishing fleet, Lieutenant General Osama Rabia, chairman of the Suez Canal Authority, announced a new presidential assignment to build 12 fishing vessels for the high seas, as this project is being implemented in cooperation between the Suez Canal Authority and the Southern Red Sea Arsenal Company, under the supervision of international bodies, French and Italian, to ensure quality and international standards. The British oil and gas giant has succeeded in completing the drilling of 2 additional natural gas wells in the Raven field in the Mediterranean Sea, as production from them will begin next February. It is worth noting that the production of the Raven field amounts to 600 million cubic feet per day, while plans to develop and produce the field continue to reach 900 million cubic feet per day, and the field produces about 30,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day. Lieutenant General Engineer Kamil El-Wazir, Deputy Prime Minister for Industrial Development and Minister of Industry and Transport, witnessed the signing of an agreement to establish a new company between the National Authority for Egyptian Railways and the Italian company Salsef, specialized in railway line renovations and maintenance, with the aim of implementing construction, renovation and maintenance works for railways. This signing comes within the framework of the directives of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to cooperate with the local and international private sector in implementing various projects to reach the best ways of development, localizing technology, transferring expertise, and implementing projects with precision and high quality. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli discussed with the chairman of the China National Tire and Rubber Company Limited, the largest company specialized in manufacturing tires for heavy and private vehicles and engineering equipment, establishing 2 new projects in Egypt. It is worth noting that the company owns another factory in Amiriya, Alexandria, to produce tires for heavy transport vehicles. The production capacity of this factory is about 1.1 million tires, and 70% of its production is exported abroad. The factory also provides 2,000 job opportunities. The Prime Minister confirmed his welcome and support for all companies wishing to work in this field, whether by pumping new investments or expanding their existing investments. During the opening ceremony of the Geely car assembly plant in the 6th of October city, Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli toured the factory, stressing the state's interest in the industry file, especially the automobile industry, explaining that the government provides more incentives to attract investment in this promising industry. It is worth noting that the company deals with many local factories to provide and make available many different industries and components that feed the automobile industry. Over the past 10 years, Egypt has witnessed significant development in the field of new and renewable energy, making it one of the leading countries in this sector. The development was not limited to expanding energy production only, but also included diversifying its sources, as the total installed capacity of renewable energy reached about 3,450 megawatts in 2014, and by 2023 the installed capacity jumped to 6,600 megawatts. This development was supported by the implementation of major projects such as the Bimban Solar Energy Complex in Aswan, in addition to the continued expansion of wind farms in the Gulf of Suez and other strategic locations. As an industrial developer, El Suidi Industrial Development Company was able to attract the Chinese linen industry giant to establish an integrated city for the manufacture of linen within the industrial Sadat area under the special free zone system, after obtaining the approval of the Council of Ministers last October, with investments amounting to $60 million and employing more than 500 direct and indirect job opportunities, with the aim of meeting the needs of global markets for Egyptian linen. According to official data issued by the European Union, Egypt ranked second on the list of the largest suppliers of fresh vegetables and fruits to Europe in the last export season, with a total of 917,000 tons and a growth rate of 7% after the Netherlands, which came in first place. Citrus fruits came at the forefront of fresh products with a total of 500,000 tons, followed by sweet potatoes with a total of 117,000 tons, then onions with a total of 94.6 thousand tons, then grapes with 58,000 tons.